I love interacting with you guys and I find it so fun and fulfilling. So I'm just gonna keep doing it. Screw the views. First things first, we have a shout out for Oilisi. He was the one that correctly guessed Mighty Car Mods playing in the background last episode. It was the Worth a See episode with the cheap Golf GTI, Turbos and Tuv was the name of that episode. Big shout out to Oilisi. What you didn't do or forgot to do was to ask a follow-up question or ask me to say anything. So somebody else actually guessed it after you and did ask a follow-up question, so I'm going to answer that question. The question is, what is your dream car and dream road trip? Cool bloody question. Thank you for that one. My dream car since I was a little kid has always been a midnight purple R34 GTR. As for a dream road trip, I would go to the Highlands of Scotland, but I would not do the NC500. I actually think the NC500 is not the best when it comes to Scotland. A lot of the roads are like single track and narrow and I would go to the Highlands of Scotland. In some specific places they have absolutely phenomenal mountain driving roads. Hardly anyone out there. You could probably go as fast as you want to. I would take an R34 in midnight purple out there. That would be my dream. Simon Green asks, my only question is, can we get more slow car fast, driving cars slow fast, slow cars fast videos? This is a shout out for you guys. Anybody in Telford or the greater Shropshire area that has literally any car. I don't know anybody out here, so it's been quite difficult to get cars for review and stuff. If you have literally any car, the slower the better. Get in touch with me in the comments or message me on Instagram and I will have your car on YouTube because I've been dying to do another slow car fast. That video was so fun. It was a 1 litre Fabia with 60 brake horsepower and I was just sending it down country lanes. It's a really fun video, really good one too. Yeah, get in touch if you have literally any car. So now I'm gonna group these two together. Simon Asdrugilas and another from Aslan Kurdi. Basically, they both want to know what my background is and my credentials and where do I learn this stuff I'm teaching you guys. I should probably make it very clear, I am just an idiot. I have no formal advanced driving coaching or anything like that. I did an advanced course on motorbikes. That's when I became part of the Institute of Advanced Motorists, and a lot of the stuff is transferable. Officially, as of right now, I don't have any advanced qualifications for driving cars. I just have a real passion for cars and I love this stuff, and I spent a lot of years on motorbikes, and there I am actually an advanced rider and also just years of watching YouTube and trying to improve and get better at this stuff. And the truth is, there's not that many people that make this stuff interesting. There's a lot of very dry YouTube channels talking about advanced driving, but I love driving fast and advanced driving helps you drive fast. So my channel kind of tries to bring the two together and make them a bit more interesting. Hopefully I succeed at that. Paul, also known as Sport300 UK, asks, serious question now, Mick. Does your new haircut improve the RS drag coefficient? Thank you for noticing. Yeah, I've had messy hair almost all my life, so I thought I'd clean up and actually look respectable now. And absolutely, drag coefficient's been slashed by half, miles per gallon are through the roof, my top speed's increased by 25 miles an hour. Makes a big difference. Thanks, Paul. James Wright says, cool video, what do you do for work to afford your cars? Any advice for a 17-year-old? I do marketing. It's honestly pretty boring, but I get a car allowance because I do field work sometimes too. I go and meet clients. So I took my car allowance and I blew it on a Megane RS 300. I make a reasonable wage, but I get a car allowance and I wanted a really nice car, so I bought one. As for how to succeed in life, essentially is what you're asking me. People have different goals, but financially, how to succeed. Honestly, just be smart, have a good work ethic, try, and don't be scared to speak your opinion and make your voice heard. That's usually what makes you stand out. Victoria Grayson, our resident grammar examiner. Hi Victoria, if you're watching, never change. Closest to the spokes there. The vibrations emanate outwards through the spokes to your hands, which are sitting on the end of the spokes, absorbing some of the vibrations. I love little theories like this. This is so cool. There was one a while back in regards to why the top of the wheel is more sensitive and the bottom of the wheel is more gentle. And that theory went along the lines of, at the top of the wheel, gravity naturally makes the wheel turn because your hand is pushing down, but it can't go down, so it goes to the side. Whereas at the bottom of the wheel, gravity is naturally stabilizing the wheel rather than trying to turn it, which I thought was a really cool idea. This idea that Victoria's had is similar to that. It's the idea that the feedback from the steering wheel is coming out of the spokes. So by having your hands at the ends of the spokes, you have the best steering feel. Conceptually, it just makes a lot of sense. I have no idea if it's accurate, if there's any real logic to it or correlation to it, but it sounds really cool. I love stuff like this. Yeet Boy says, amazing video, love this kind of format, love the ending. That ending was pretty fun, I agree. Have a question, have you thought about getting a project car to work on? I have a history with project cars and it's not always good. I'm not very good at mechanical stuff. I had a project Honda Civic Coupe that I ripped the interior out of, changed the brakes and stuff, learned how to do oil changes, spark plugs, like all the basics that everybody tells you should be able to do. But I just don't enjoy it, if I'm completely honest. I like driving. I don't like building cars. So as far as more project cars, probably not. However, I have a friend called Aulon who is amazing with this stuff. He's currently building a Subaru WRX out of like 2 cars. He's got a standard car and then he's bought the entire drivetrain from an STI and he's trying to swap it and he's sourcing an engine and he's going to build the engine and all sorts of stuff. Aulon is super funny and really, really good when it comes to mechanics. I have a question for you guys. Would you be interested in a video or a series where I take educational explanation ability that I seem to have and show you guys how to work on cars? Would anybody be interested in that? Or are you guys more like me and you just want to drive them and you don't really want to get your hands dirty? Because I completely appreciate that too. So this one I really love. Yusuf has been trying to get me to answer this question for a while now. He says, Mick, how do you position mirrors? You seem to have a good angle on the mirrors. I did leave you a text response, but I'm going to leave you a real response as well. Get yourself in the correct seating position in your car and then just put the mirror in the right place. What I like to do is just do side to side first, and you can know you're at the right side to side by the fact that you can see your door handle just in the mirror, and then up and down is purely based on feel. Hope that helps. I'm not going to make a whole video on it, but at least I answered your question. Poods says, I thought that the national speed limit sign meant drive at a constant 45 miles an hour even through the next village, based on observing the drivers in front of me. So true. People just suck. I honestly think number one, they don't know what the speed limit is for national speed limit, so they're just guessing. And then they just miss the 30-mile-an-hour sign when they come back into a village, and then they just continue whatever random speed they were going. It's almost as bad as middle lane hogging on the motorway, which I will make a video about. Yeah, I agree with you, Poods. My camera's battery died. So I don't have an outro for you guys. First person to name their favorite car YouTuber, that's not me, gets a shout out in the next video.